That's why she went out to...
Раз. Во. Это у меня вылетел этот NVIDIA бродкаст, не знаю в какой момент. В начале записи вроде должен был работать.
But she also told me to grow up. I gotta admit it burned a little when she said that, but I'm trying to take it to heart. And I guess growing up means putting what you should do in front of what you want to do, right?
You're asking me? I'm pretty sure you're older.
Yeah, but I don't act like it, do I?
You did with Derval.
Don't give me too much credit. Part of me still wants to wait for a quiet moment and wring his neck.
Yeah, but you won't. Because you're a good captain.
Come on, stop. You're gonna make me tear up.
So, after all this, what's next for errand vanguardsman?
Heading back to the claim for a while. I'll get in touch with my clan and we'll lay Ursa to rest properly. Like how she would have wanted. And by that I mean less chit-chat, more drinking.
Не то чтобы совсем, но скорее меньше трёпа, больше браги, ну ладно.
What do you think the Oseram will do to Derval?
First off, they'll argue about it for a long time. But whatever they come up with, it won't be quick. I can live with that. In fact, I might just drop by his cell under the sun ring to remind him what's coming.
Well...
I know, you gotta go. Killers to track, machines to master, all before breakfast. You know what? When we met, I thought I was a big shot talking to a pretty girl hidden away in the middle of nowhere. And now I see that I was just lucky to get a minute of your time. Try not to forget about me while you're out there changing the world.
I'll always have a minute for you. Maybe even two.
Two? Huh. She likes me.
Нравишься ты ей сейчас.
Eloi, to say you have my gratitude feels woefully insufficient. You saved my life. You saved Meridian. And because of you, there will be justice for Ursa's murder. We can mourn her knowing the truth, without painful uncertainty. It's hard to imagine where we'd be without you. And I don't want to try. I hope you will consider staying in Meridian.
Were you and Ursa, you know...
I suppose it's obvious how I feel. How I felt about her. She didn't just give me advice. She gave me strength. But we couldn't be together. Relations between the Karja and Oseram and Meridian were unsteady as it was. The union of the Sun King and an Oseram warrior would have led to open revolt in the city. And probably war with the clans.
Did anyone know?
Only one. Derval. He wanted Ursa, but she rejected him. And so jealousy became yet another of his hateful motivations.
What exactly will happen to Derval?
For now,
Хорошо.
he'll languish in one of the old cells under the Sun Ring here in Meridian. As for what happens after we negotiate his extradition to Mainspring, I don't want to think about it. My father was very creative when it came to inflicting suffering. But some Oseram devices surpass even his imaginings. What a waste. Dervahl is a brilliant man. I wonder what he would have accomplished if it weren't for my father's cruelty.
I know who attacked the Nora. A faction of Shadow Karja called the Eclipse. They're digging up ancient machines, weapons they want to use to strike Meridian.
I see. What you're saying echoes whispers I've heard from Murad. A Shadow Karja splinter group, corrupted machines across the land. When will the attack come, do you know?
I'm not sure yet.
And we will do what we can to prepare. Keep me informed if you learn more.
Так. Мяу. Ну, что я вам имею сказать? С одной стороны, я пошел сюда. Потому что здесь есть котел, здесь есть длинношей. Здесь у меня трофейные детали надо добыть. И заодно он тут почтить павших. Везде. И тут целых 2 цветка. Зараженная зона, ну, посмотрим. Но нельзя. Нельзя. Доберитесь до клада смерти. Доберитесь до клада смерти. Это аж где идти? Да. Да. Это я помню. Так, давайте пойдем на небольшой компромисс. Давайте мы тут быстренько попрыгаем по кострам. Тут вот есть квестик. Доберитесь до храма королей. Он у нас, ну так, условно по пути.
This must be the Shrine of Kings that Naman told me about.
You won't get in there. That dried-up old prune in a robe sees to that.
I can be persuasive. But what does an Osram want with a Karja shrine anyway?
It reminds me of someone. Gone 2 years now. But what does a girl like you know of loss?
Ooh.
Try me.
I had a lover. Worked on monuments to their bastard king. Then he gave them a show in their sun ring for good measure. The Karja gave me back his broken bones, but what use are they? They won't build again. They won't make me smile.
And seeing a statue of the Mad Sun King will?
I need to see his work again. The marks his hands carved. The set of the metals they hammered. That's the soul of him. But that shriveled up old priest won't let me near it.
I'll see what I can do.
Every time I go near the statue, he shouts at me.
Osram slaves built that thing. We deserve to have a look.
It may have been meant for the Mad Sun King, but it's ours now. It's a public monument, not his private shrine.
Turn away, child. The abiding Jahaman wishes to be alone in his retreat.
If you want to be alone, go someplace else. Others want to pray here.
Defile it, you mean? Yet another debasement of what was once pure. Truly, our tribe has lost the light. Our king is false, our temple is corrupt, and our soldiers weak.
The sun hastens across the sky for shame.
I thought Avad taking the throne was the sun's will.
The boy dishonored his father, dishonored us all. To kill a Sun King. What shadow, what twilight time he brought upon us.
And how many more would the Mad Sun King have killed if Avad hadn't stopped him?
The sun called for blood. There was no choice but to obey.
You called the temple corrupt, but aren't you one of its priests?
They call themselves sun priests, but they have no authority. Youths and sycophants all. Yet those who gave their whole lives to the sun's service are shamed and ignored.
So that's what this is. A tantrum? A cry for attention?
You know nothing of our rights, and yet you dare to insult me.
Why do you think your army is weak? Because you're not at war with everyone?
A Karja throne relying on forged dirt mercenaries? Preposterous! The so-called liberation was nothing but a purge. Our most blessed warriors, chased out of the city, exiled to Sunfall and the Forbidden West. Our tribe is torn. The ones who walked in light now go by shadow.
And yet everyone but you seems happy they're gone. So the Karja have become impure? What does that even mean?
Is Meridian not meant for those who built it, who made it great? It was pure before Outlander squatters took it over.
You mean Meridian was pure when the outsiders were in cages or dying in your arena?
The sun is pure, child. It is not our place to question its divine will, only to act upon it.
I'm done arguing with you. Stay or go, but I won't allow you to keep others away.
I am here by the will of the sun.
You don't believe in the throne, the priesthood, the army, or the city, so I guess you have no authority here.
I have the authority of the sun.
Then call it for help. No one else will listen.
There'll be a reckoning.
You'll back away from it.
If Dervahl wanted the Sun King dead, Avad is lucky to be drawing breath.
It's all backward. The least obnoxious, hardest working Karja are also the poorest. And don't get me started on the rich ones.
He gave them the best work he'd ever do. And look at it now.
They defaced it because they hated what it stood for.
They defaced a thing slaves like him lived and died for. Slaves they've already forgotten. Short-sighted bastards, the lot. If they thought their son set off this bridge, they'd jump after it. I thank you for honoring my wish.
I hope you can find peace.
I wouldn't know what to do with it, any more than the Karja do.
Good to see you.
Так, выполнено. Но у нас сейчас наше основное задание — клад смерти.
Wasn't sure about the sun. First, but it's grown on me.
Should be out there fighting machines, pacing around here.
Да, туда. Ладно. Сейчас, секунду, я посмотрю по карте, если не осталось ли где-то лора. Который нужно бы собрать. Нет, в основном весь лор остался в тех местах, куда я еще не ходил. И тут по дороге никакого нового лора не было. Так что просто сейчас добежим. Добежим до места назначения. Так, один костер нашли. Теперь здесь будет зона обитания, еще один костер. И после него можно будет сделать quick travel. Все.
Andy?
Две зоны обитания, окей. Думаю, как-то я быстро добежал. Конечно. Ну, не хочу сейчас с ними сражаться. Громозёва. Меня тут нет. Все ветер. Дуголоб и костер. И быстрое перемещение сюда. И вот теперь тут проход есть.
The scrapes. They're inside too.
Get under some cover! Fall before the shadow! Your end has come.
That does it. Time to take a look around the room.
Titan inbound, same play as Akron. Base defense locks it down. We engage, sever the limbs, blast out the fountains.
Another day in the life. Reconcile, reclose.
frozen in ice and time. Are you getting this, Silence? Silence?
Say again, Lieutenant.
It got through. Titan is through the defenses. Still an approach. A live one. And he's pissed.
We've got no mobility in here. It'll punch right through us.
We hold the hedge at all costs. Then push back out. Looks like quite an enduring victory we put our foot in today. Contact in 30 seconds. Hey, think that's enough time for Sobek to finish Zero Dawn? If this is really it, I gotta say, it's been an honor to serve beside these tanks.
Here it comes.
Freeze!
Silence, you getting this?
What is it?
All these soldiers. They died here.
People die all the time. I'll keep going and find something interesting.
Ладно, забьем пока. Так, мне нужна карта. Мне нужна карта этой локации. Где она у меня? Зигрифхорд. Ой, блин. А можно мне вернуться? Я, по-моему, что-то не собрал. Да я жадный. Домовитый. Может, не собрано, то осколки недобранные. Как бы им оно уже не нужно, а мне пригодится. Нет, походу, это все собрал. Окей. Не думаю, что это стоит сползать. Так что поехали по тросу.
Must have been where the soldiers slept. Or it was this place.
Recalls, I've been instructed to remind you of Article 115 of base policy regarding unauthorized use of processor cycles. Specifically 115C. Any holographic simulation not directly related to operational training or efficiency. Consider yourself reminded. and enjoy your gaming.
Thanks for the mails, you. Time goes fast on active duty. 4 months with the wreck and recalls, I don't know, 20 drops. In and out of the West Coast, fighting with these civilian enlistees, scrappy guys and gals. Their training is basically, here's a DEW, when you see a bot, hit it. But somehow it's all coming together. Between us and the 6th MRB, we took down a horse at Lithium Beach. Pulled out before its buddies arrived, but to see a big one go down, I hope it made the news, honey. Showed everyone we're gonna have a shot at turning this around. We just need to give Project Zero Dawn the time it needs, and everything will be the way it used to be. I know it's been days, honey. I'm so sorry. Deployments are getting real long and tougher every time. The swarm's getting better at predicting us. Less of us now. And we have to put in 10 times the work for everyone gone. Like a family business on hard times, only... This isn't my family. It's not with you. I still try to see you. The life we had. In the eyes of the people out there. I remember when they were glad to see us. When they still had hope. It all seems to be slipping away. I don't even recognize the places we're defending. The only thing I know I'm still fighting for is... you. The Zero Dawn to turn this around? Or whatever the hell that is.
Log. 3rd Battle of California Marine. The swarm came in from the Pacific, and I don't know if it was the local Minutemen or the crazy 15th, but they'd set the garbage patch alight. Man, the sea was on fire. That stuff was... The first wave of bots came in covered in burning sludge. It bought us an hour or two of slaughtering them on the beaches before the swarm recalculated. We pulled them inland, back through the Kalmar sprawl. Dropped buildings on them, EMP'd the grid. Standard operating procedure. The last time I was in California, I was 5, 6? The light was like that vintage social net filter that was everywhere in the 40s. Log. First battle of the eastern seaboard wall. Had a long run up to it. This was before Kalmar, and projections were a lot worse for the east. For 3 weeks we kept getting scrambled out to some coastal burg to train Minutemen. It was always raining on account of Europe already being torched.
The furnishings
Block
were
after block
metal.
of prefab barracks.
How'd they ever
They
get
were still
comfortable?
printing barracks right up
It
until
was
the
the
hour the
metal
main
wall.
force hit.
Guess they were
The
used to it.
Minutemen? We ran combat drills with them in the streets where they'd lived, trying to pretend they might live to die somewhere else if they paid attention. Nothing worse than the ones who actually bought into it. Hopeful, pestering us with questions about Zero Dawn like we know something they don't. I swear. The more we do this, the more like the bots we are. Except they learn from every fight. And us? I'm not so sure.
Да, надо очень аккуратно продвигаться, чтобы не перекрывать комментарии. Запись. Капрал Сарай А. Я думал, 64-й станет для меня удачным годом. Я бросила пить, завязала с контрактами. Надоело вкалывать наемником. Задалась демонтажом ветряков. 400 фунтов на уровне моря. Только я и плазменный резак. И тут повторный призыв. Я прочитала условия там же на ветряке. Условия отличные. Повышенная зарплата. Амнистия для всех, кто воевал. Гарантированное гражданство. Мы должны были спросить себя, в чем подвох. А вместо этого подумали, значит, все-таки лучше ботов. Эра задвинула речь про гордость и долг. Молодец, все точно рассчитал. Я гордилась службой в армии США. Это был шанс туда вернуться. И вот что в итоге получилось. Вчера вечером мы разговорились на 55-й. Я тогда была пацанка, всего пару лет, как из учебки. Общий сбор в ангаре для дронов. Лето, на небе не облако, жара убийственная. И нам говорят, все корпуса с живой силой распускают. Теперь везде будет автоматика. Мы устарели, пора на свалку. Еще миллион на базовом доходе и в столетнюю рецессию. Типа, помогай строить роботов, которые отняли у нас работу. А кто умеет в мотокостюме пахать, может податься туда, где еще нужен ручной труд. В океанскую экономическую зону или в Китае. А вы, типа, уже не наша проблема. Низкий риск суицида. Так у меня в досье написали. Тут хотя бы не такая длинная локация, как небоскреб этот дурацкий. Так, вот сюда надо заглянуть прям срочно.
Red light. Guess that means no power. These wires must run to the power source. Whatever powered this door should be close by.
Я еще спущусь же. Ай. Улет. Я бы даже сказал полный.
Useful information.
Вверх, вверх, вниз, вниз. Вверх, вверх.
Three power lines, three sources. That makes one.
Аккуратно, не свалиться.
Hey, y'all wanted to know how I remember the geotherm system reboot? Goes like this. Bird flies north in summer, east in spring, west in fall, and south in winter. Didn't expect to hear nature poetry from the lips of Mike the GT Tech now, did you? As usual, I defy expectations.
Так, восток, север, запад, юг, что ли? Восток, север, запад, юг. Нет. Юг, восток, север-запад. Так, юг, восток, север, запад. Или нужно тупо в том порядке, как он надиктовал? Так, не так. Так, север, восток, запад, юг. Север, восток, запад, юг.
That's two. One more.
Запутали меня. Вверх-вниз, влево-вправо. Вверх. Вниз. Влево. Вправо.
Okay, that did it. Sounds like that did it.
И Гэсси, у тебя прыгучесть.
Tools being used and voices. More clips. Must be another way in. Good. Another power cell. If I find more, I should be able to get to that ancient armor I found.
И тебя тоже нашли. А, по-моему, через эту же комнату, да. Вот здесь вот.
It's them, all right. They're not looking for answers, just weapons.
Unleash the power of shadow.
Да блин, вы достали.
Regroup and get ready to flank. Oh, so close.
Need them soon enough.
Куб не обубранный. Угу. Как-то добрался, не знаю как. Угу, угу, угу.
Thanks for the mails, you. Time goes fast on active duty. 4 months with the wreck and recalls, fighting with these civilian enlistees, scrappy guys and gals, that's all coming together. Between us and the 6th MRB, we took down a horse. I hope it made the news, honey. Showed everyone we're turning this around. We just need to give Project Zero Dawn the time it needs. I know it's been days, honey. I'm so sorry. Deployments are getting real long. We have to put into work for everyone. Like a family business. I still see you in the eyes of the people out there. They were glad to see us. They still had hope. I'm still fighting for you.
Отредактированные версии, понятно.
Status report. 9th Mechanized Response Brigade, Commanding Officer Lieutenant Fiona Morrell. Unit morale continues to be adversely impacted by outbound engagements against the Pharaoh Plague, especially when said engagements occur in sectors where civilian guard enlistees have been heavily engaged. The scope and nature of fatalities suffered by civilian guard and unarmed civilians in these sectors defy description. And witnessing it is generating a pervasive sense of hopelessness in the unit. Accordingly, I once again request that deployments of the 9th MRB be temporarily refocused on facilities that are mission critical to Project Zero Dawn. And once again, I request an immediate update on the status of Project Zero Dawn's timeline.
Ames, I don't even know if you're alive anymore. The mails I get from you, they say they're from you, but they don't sound... They sound recycled. phrases put together, and you don't say anything about the news I pass on. The containment zone, the rebreathers, the rioting, One Earth. What happened in the Dallas bubble, Ames? That wasn't the robots. They won't even give me a straight answer when I demand to know if you're still alive. They just say if your messages keep coming, then you're still operational. It's not fair, Ames. It's not fair that you won't be with me when the lights go out. I love you.
That's so sad.
Ames, I know I mail you too much. I'm just proud of what you're doing. Everyone back home is. We got moved inland 10 kilometers, just as a precaution, they say. School's still in session, so I get to keep my eye on Andres and Reggie. We never know where or when you're fighting, but when the VTOLs go over, all the kids run out and wave. I believe in you. I know nothing's ever gonna be the same, but I believe in you. I believe in us.
Я верю в нас. Да. Данное развертывание войск. Декабрь 2065, неделя 1. Конфиденциальная информация. Операция «Ответный удар». Рина, штат Невада. Силы самообороны. Механизированные батальоны вступили в бой с передовыми частями северо-восточного Тихоокеанского роя СТ-12. Боевые действия начались в 6:00 и закончились вступлением в 21:00 следующего дня. Потери больше 40% общей численности личного состава. Операция «Каменный лоб». Комплекс Сиэтек, долина Шенандоа, штат Виргиния. 12-я механизированная бригада при поддержке сил самообороны провела арьергардный бой с восточно-побережным роем ВБ-17. Боевые действия начались в 8:00, приблизительно в 14:00. 12-я мехбригада рапортовала о том, что противник прорвал оборону и получил разрешение на подрыв комплекса Сиэтек. В результате взрыва рою ВБ-17 был нанесен значительный урон. Уцелевшие части 12-й бригады вступили к оборонительному рубежу Акрон-Кливленд. Операция «Удар в корпус». Акрон, штат Невада. 9-я и 10-я механизированные бригады при поддержке массированных авиаударов атаковали «Титан» класса «Гор», снабжавший восточный морской рой ВБ-18. Боевые действия начались в 4:00 и завершились в 22:00 ликвидацией «Титана». Обратите внимание, что это уже 3-й уничтоженный «Титан» на счету 9-й мехбригады, и она понесла минимальные потери. Отчет о готовности бригад. 3-я мехбригада отказалась подчиняться приказу о передислокации в ходе операции «Замена» на оборонительном рубеже Пенсакула-Талахаси. В настоящее время ожидается решение военного суда. 7-я мехбригада отозвана из Нью-Йоркского очага и переброшена на участок Уичита, готова к бою. 9-я бригада проходит переоснащение на базу командования роботами, готова к бою. 10-я механизированная бригада передислоцирована из Калифорнии побережья, данные повреждены. Там еще один уровень будет, окей. Найдем.
What is this?
That? It's a map.
A map of what?
Our world. The planet Earth, Eloi. It's not flat like you thought.
Why would I think that? During eclipses, the shadow cast on the moon is curved. So our world is a globe. And it looks like this, from a distance.
We'll discuss this another time. Back to the matter at hand.
The Faro robots were spreading across the world, eating everything up. Somehow, Elizabeth stopped them before it was too late. But how?
Есть подозрение, что она не остановила.
Should have brought a cart.
Так, ХП полное. Полное ХП. Так. Туда-сюда. А, ну да, туда я ходил. Все.
I'll tuck that away. The
Titan.
Eclipse. Tampering with a metal devil. But they don't think they can wake it, do they?
Watch out! Sun, shadow.
Another Kopish. And this one can move.
Vanish like a stalker.
Makes this a little easier. So the soldiers long ago, they had to fight hundreds of those all at once.
Я успел ему пушку отстрелить, но этого не заметил. Первый вопрос, откуда меня скинули, и могу ли я туда вернуться? Вот, наверное, откуда-нибудь оттуда. X2 меня туда пустит обратно.
Saving these for the trail.
Синенькое шлаковое стекло. Так, это собрали. Ящик с припасами есть.
Forget about traveling light.
Отчет. Деградация биосферы. Август 65 года в конфиденциальной информации. Ключевые выводы. Несмотря на повысившуюся боевую эффективность сил самообороны, достигнутые в тяжелой борьбе победы на Центральноевропейском, Антарктическом и Тихоокеанском фронтах, скорость распространения чумы Фарора остается прежней, равно как и скорость поглощения ею биомассы. По любым оценкам, ущерб биосфере уже превысил уровень 1938 года, и положение ухудшается с каждым днем. Прогнозы по графику вымирания остаются прежними. Атмосферный коллапс середины ноября 65-го, уничтожение незащищенных наземных поселений февраля 66-го, гибель сухопутных макробиотических организмов конец марта 66-го, гибель морской флоры и фауны начало 68-го. Вследствие сохранения секретности проекта «Новый рассвет», полного молчания относительно механизма действия и даты завершения, предсказать, какое влияние «Новый рассвет» окажет на график вымирания, не представляется возможным. Атмосферный коллапс. Наибольшую угрозу для операции «Свобода», а также для гражданского населения животного мира по-прежнему представляет снижение концентрации кислорода в атмосфере и выброс токсических веществ. На текущий момент прогнозируемая дата атмосферного коллапса приходится на середину ноября 1965 года. После этого срока для осуществления боевых операций военнослужащими необходимо будет использовать изолирующие дыхательные аппараты, а гражданское население сможет выжить только в герметически закупоренных жилых комплексах. Требуемые параметры системы очистки и повторного использования выдыхаемого воздуха представлены в приложении А. Нехватка питьевой воды. До этих выпадений от загрязненных осадков источники водоснабжения оказались заражены токсичными веществами, выпущенными в атмосферу при поглощении биосферы в восточном полушарии. Вследствие вынужденного отключения всех систем нанообработки крупнейшие водоочистные комплексы уже сейчас не справляются с нагрузкой. Эскалация вооруженных действий. В приложении к данному документу излагаются кратковременные последствия вооруженных столкновений с применением тактики выжженной земли в ходе обороны западного побережья, а также последствия применения океанской экономической зоны атомного оружия для сдерживания первоначального продвижения противника на Тихоокеанском фронте. Данные повреждены.